Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach, and you're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Detroit Lions. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they've been flawless these last couple months, winners of 9 in a row.
And that's the kind of streak you don't see too often in today's NFL, since there's so much parity. So the way they've played has been truly remarkable.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. Leading the charge under center will be their 6'5" quarterback, Carson Wentz.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions.
No,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Here we go, here we go. Waiting.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Let's have a look at the defensive starters for New Orleans. And they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Waiting.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Here comes the Lions punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. Taken in at the 22. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Gun, 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 gun.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Over, 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 over.
They'll set up to throw. He's got a man complete. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. They'll run with Montgomery. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. On the defensive side of the ball, here are the starters for Detroit. They're just below the cut line for top half of the league, 17th in the NFL against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
He's going to get it running right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Saints have taken the early lead. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Point after here coming up. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Back here, this will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out now come the Lions. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And they'll run him here. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
The face mask moves him all the way out past the 40 now for first down.
Here we go.
Play action. Now Wentz. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Now Wentz on 3rd down. To Michel on the dump off. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. And right now they're in that number 2 spot. They'd love to hold on to that, but first things first, they want to clinch that division.
Well, let's go back to the conversation we had with the coaching staff, and you asked that very question about how important is it really? You got a good team. Can't you win from any spot in the play? They all looked at us like we were crazy, right? You can do it from a lower seed, but no one really wants to try. Higher seed, much better for them. They want to clinch this division.
Definitely don't want to slip to 5 or 6 and go on the road in that first playoff game. And some room to maneuver. And he is take this way down into Detroit territory. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 76 yards. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot, but what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll run it now out of the gun, and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Saints add on to their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. Hardly any time taken off the clock there. 2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago: 17 carries, 60 yards.
And to me, the goal is the exact same thing as last week. Get him the ball early and often. I think he's got another big game in him in this one. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And they'll go on the ground. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. To throw, it's Wentz. And that is incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. This is taken at about the 14. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints coming out now to take the field.
Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. A very solid gain of 27.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Blue 90!
He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hurry up, here we go. 319! 319!
Back to throw now on first down. He's going to look deep down the field. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. In for the score. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good. That is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
On second down, here's Wentz. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. 30, past the 20. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. 67 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive play, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Well, they've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here. To throw is Wentz. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. As his guys are in for 6. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. That was a case of practice making perfect. Goal line offense had been their focus while prepping for this one.
Almost as if you go back to training camp, isn't it? You strip it bare. You figure out what you need to make something work. Work on it all week long and get it done. That's got to feel great for them.
Caleb Sturgis now for the point after. Sturgis for the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throw left side complete. That's Lloyd. Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
He'll leave it for Montgomery complete.
Another miss.
Still on his feet. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Hot.
They'll drop the throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a first carry for their fullback. Able to corral him right at the midfield stripe following the busted contact. Only 3 yards on the pickup. They'll be left staring at a 3rd and 14.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down.
Now let's go. Green 39.
A give. This is Montgomery. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep is DJ Chark. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And Detroit getting set to go now. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now a handoff looking right. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now this time, Wentz will throw. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now. And he's able to get it out of there. And taken at the 46. 12 yards on the return that time. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue, line it.
Back to throw. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Give him 30 yards there. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the give, this is their fullback. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Good solid gain on 1st down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
Second down, Montgomery. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They pitch it out to Montgomery. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up.
Hey. Here we go.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
We got 4. We got 4 down. Let's go.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play here in the 1st half. We'll come back here right after this. Mind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. On first down, Wentz. Looking left side, and it's complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing on first is Wentz. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Go. Waiting.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. In for the score. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Now Sturgis on to add the extra point. Sturgis adds the PAT, and the lead down to 10, 24-14. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This fielded at the 2. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Looking to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here and admit, and got his man complete. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. It's a big play there for the Saints. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run further Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Here is Montgomery on 3rd and goal. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. From there, we head all the way out west to see what's happening with the LA Chargers. And this one going the visitors' way, as the Texans have the lead in that one. The Texans looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Chicago Bears. Jared Goff, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now this time he'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Lloyd. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
The Saints on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Green, 39!
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
They can get the latter 50%. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Go, go. 20!
And it's Michelle once again. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
20!
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz toward the sideline. He will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet inbounds. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll go to the ground attack here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Michelle. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On play action, Wentz. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. Well, nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Here we go. Green 39.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Now let's go. 319. 319.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The play fake. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Like how they started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. The Saints on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. Now back to throw. The kicker here is complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he's on to punt for New Orleans. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Detroit getting set to go now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Well, not a gain that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on second down. whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the Lions linemen might have moved.
False start, offense.
Yeah, maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on second down. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. A give to the fullback on the dive. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of we're before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
No, check, Patriot!
The toss play to Montgomery. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
All right, here we go.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I know this game's winding down and people are getting tired, and that's when you really want a big body guy running the football. But I have to tell you, watching him run it, I wonder why they don't use it more earlier in the game.
Yeah, those bigger guys here late in the game, you're trying to protect the lead, usually not as fumble prone either.
No, that is so true because they are taught. Take care of the ball as you surge forward, and you often see them with both hands wrapped around it when they go through the line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Set! 3-19! 3-19!
Handoff comes to Montgomery. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Back to him on first down. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. They come out here in the eye. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. It's their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints add on to their lead.
I think it's easy to say mission accomplished on that drive. The goal was to increase the lead. They did exactly that.
The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2.
Hey, boys, got 4 down. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he will bowl his way in there for the 2 points. Nothing fancy there on that 2-point try. Give it to the big boy, let him go to work.
That almost felt like sandlot football that we used to play, didn't it? Biggest guy on your team who can carry the ball, hand it to him and let him rumble.
Nobody picked me on the Sandlot football team.
You were quarterback, and I know better.
I was the water boy. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
Out to the left there, complete to Howard. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Go. 120.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And his throw here is incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Wentz going to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Howard. A really nice gain of 25 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Go. 120.
Now Wentz again. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 120.
Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Wentz now on 1st down. Throwing the slant pattern here, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead.
Well, Brandon, he just followed his nose, and his nose took him to the end zone. But how about the big guys up front, giving him at least a stalemate in order to find that space?
Yeah, the O-line won the battle in the trenches there, didn't it?
Point after now from Sturgis. Sturgis for the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now they try the right side here. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. They'll set up a throw. Throwing left side, it's complete.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
And now a carry here for their fullback. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll try and run with their fullback. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. And his kick is indeed good, and that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to forward.
Yeah, probably just want. And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock.
Here we go. 36.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They fake the give. Now Wentz. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Don't go. 120.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. To Michel on the dump-off. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. And the spike comes with 9 seconds left to go. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear that the Saints are going to win this football game. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Detroit!
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for New Orleans, a final win here means they'll finish at 14-2. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they'll limp to the finish line with a final record of 5-11. And this is a team that has a few good pieces in place, but could stand to get deeper and younger all around. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
You